Greetings everyone, this is Mozard. Today I'll be giving you my impressions on the 2019 Suzuki GSX 250F. In the previous video we did the 150F and I wanted to do this one back to back so that I could give you the differences between the two motorcycles. Stay tuned. Alright, so the first thing we have is the throttle. The throttle roll on and roll off is pretty smooth. The response is immediate as well. The throttle blips are pretty sharp. Next we have the brakes. This bike has a dual channel ABS without a toggle function, so you cannot turn off the ABS if you wanted to. Both the front and the rear brake calipers are from Vibray. At this price point, I would have liked to see Nissan calipers instead. Now the front braking is very good, courtesy of a 300mm disc, which is about 34mm more than what is present on the 150F. The rear braking is also pretty good. It's got the same 220mm disc from the 150. Now coming to the suspension, apparently this bike has got the same suspension units from the 150. However, on this bike the springs are stiffer, and that is pretty evident when you're riding on rough surfaces. The ride quality in general is actually much worse than the 150. I certainly do hope that when the naked version comes out it gets softer springs. I said the same thing for the 150, I know, but I do mean it. Now coming to the transmission and the clutch, the bike has an all-new 6-speed gearbox, and I have to say it is pretty smooth. Now the shift between the first and second, occasionally it can be a little clunky, but otherwise the rest of the gear shifts are very smooth. And this is surprising, especially coming from the 150, which has probably the worst gearbox. Now coming to the clutch, it feels very pleasant to operate, and it does feel slightly heavy, and that is probably because I am accustomed to the clutch of a 150cc bike. But I'm sure that if I continued riding this motorcycle for a few more days, I would be used to this slightly heavier clutch. Now coming to the engine, it's an all-new 249cc single-cylinder oil-cooled engine, and so far it's been really good. It produces majority of its torque in the mid-range. It feels moderately refined, and it's got a really nice punch to it, especially if you're coming from a 100cc or a 150cc motorcycle. However, the engine does feel a little lackluster and not that engaging, and that is probably because I own the 150F, the version 1, and that's probably the reason why I don't find this that exciting or engaging. But I'm sure that if you are coming from any other motorcycle, this motorcycle would feel more exciting. Now coming to the handling, is the same as that for the 150F. I don't actually prefer this kind of a handlebar. Now don't get me wrong, the handling is good, but it does feel a little heavy and unergonomic as far as riding within the city is concerned. Now coming to the ergonomics, again it's the same as the 150F. The only difference is that the seat height is 800mm, which is 5mm more than the 150F, and because of that you get a slightly more forward lean, and that forward lean is more pronounced on this bike compared to the 150. Also the handlebars get bigger bar end weights. On the 150F they are smaller. Coming to the instrument cluster, the display and the switchgear is the same as the 150. The only difference here is that the display is a negative display. You have a white on black configuration. The 150 had a black on white configuration. Now coming to the fit and finish, again is the same as the 150, including the rattling sound in these side panels on both the sides. I actually figured out an easier way to demonstrate that. All you have to do is push down on the seat. So it seems that the seat is actually putting pressure onto these side panels. I have absolutely no idea how this passed inspection and quality control. I did bring this to the attention of the dealership. They said they will look into it. If I get any updates from them, I'll put it down in the description below. Finally, coming to the aesthetics, the 250F looks exactly the same as the 150. However, there are a couple of key differences. Let me list them out. Number one, paint. The 250s come in matte paint, the 150s come in gloss paint. Now, this is not a hard and fast rule. This can change in the future. Number two, engine casing color. On the 250, the engine casing color is bronze. On the 150, it is black, and the design is different as well. Number three, exhaust end cap. Now on the 250, you can see that the exhaust ports are square shaped. On the 150, it is triangle shaped. Number four, wheels. The rim design on both the bikes, it's different. Also, the tire profiles are different. On the 150, the front tire is 100 by 80, the rear is 140 by 60. On the 250, the front tire is 110 by 70, and the rear tire is 150 by 60. So on the 250, the tires are slightly wider than the 150. Now, before I wrap up, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of trivia regarding this motorcycle. The 250F and the 150F, they both belong to the GSX F series of Suzuki motorcycles. Let me show you what the original 250F looked like. It was also called the Suzuki Across. So as you saw, this motorcycle very closely resembles the original 250F in terms of design language, with the exception of course, the windshield. That stupid windshield. I really hate it. But anyways, the other motorcycles in the series were the 600F, which was also called the Katana 600. There was the 650F. There was also the 750F, which was called the Katana 750, and there was the 1100F. Now my question is, why did Suzuki name this motorcycle Gixxer? They could have called it Katana 250 for all I care, but why Gixxer? It just doesn't make sense. Yesterday evening, I was having a little chat with a very good friend of mine regarding the name of this motorcycle, and he told me not to be a son of a purist and to call the motorcycle with the name it was given. So I said, okay, fine, I'll call it Gixxer, but not always, just occasionally, because I prefer calling it GSX 250F with the model name, the technical name, because I don't know, I just find it more exciting that way. So yeah, I will call it Gixxer from time to time if need be, if I have to explain something, right? Alright, so those were my impressions on the 2019 Gixxer SF250. I hope you found this video entertaining and educational. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section below, or you can message me on Facebook or Twitter. Links will be in the description. I also want to thank Midas Suzuki for lending me this motorcycle. I'll put their contact details in the description. If you ever visit this showroom, let them know I sent you. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Ride safe. I'll see you in the next one.